All right, I'm gonna show you how I do this. I literally just put in all my flour and salt, but I just go in with my hands and mix it all up. But I wanted to show you that rhubarb method I was telling you about. It's supposed to like help develop the gluten in the bread, but hang on. I don't even use a spoon for this part. I just go in with my hands. Let me get my scale out from under it. So I always just kind of like squish the dough because, again, that's like working the gluten. Pull it in from the sides. Okay, this is the rhubarb. You take it from one side and you just keep working it like this. Take it in from the sides and get another angle. Just keep like pulling it towards yourself like this. The dough is supposed to be super sticky, so. This will give you like beautiful little gluten strands when the dough rises and like splits open in the middle where you scored it. And it's done. See how sticky it is? Clean off my fingers and then I'll stop the video. Oh, and to clean off your fingers, get flour on them. Get more flour and go like this over the trash can. And then don't put too much sourdough starter down your drain or it'll clog your pipes. Even cleaning your bowls and stuff. So, side note. Okay, I have mine on this little shelf in my kitchen. It's got a little light under there, but it keeps this area nice and warm. I covered it with a shower cap, but you can use plastic wrap. And set a timer for 1 hour. All right, I'm like 5 minutes early, but you know, I'm impatient, so here we go. I normally do this over by the sink where I've got water, but I don't have a way to prop up my phone over there, so I just have a little pan of water here. But wet your hands, that's key, or else it's gonna stick like crazy. So my hands are wet. I'm just gonna kind of pull it away from the side of the bowl here and pull it up and plop it back down. Twist my bowl, pull it up, plop it down. Wet my hands again. Pull it up just far enough so it doesn't like rip the bread or rip the dough. And it's like super flexible this time, but by the time you get to your third stretch and fold, it'll be like firm. And this is the fourth one. Okay, replace your plastic wrap and wait another hour. Okay, this part is like an educated guess game. As you can see, I got some bubbles here and here. And when I shake my bowl, it's super jiggly, it's not stiff. So I think it's ready. We're gonna go with it. So, want to flour the counter. And then dump it out. Okay, and then I just kind of spread it out. And then I fold it over to the middle. Keep checking the camera to make sure you can see what I'm doing. And then fold it over to the middle again. And then roll it up as tight as you can. And then I move it to an area that's not so floury so you can kind of get some tension with it. And then pull it towards yourself. Yeah, this one, I think it's perfect good. Feels good. Then you let it sit and wait, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes or so. All right, I went ahead and cleaned up my flour mess on the counter because for this step we want to build tension. So in your Banneton or bowl lined with a towel, flour it. Just regular old flour is fine. And then, so this is the pretty side that we just did. We're gonna do it face down. Stretch it out again and do the exact same thing again. Fold it over towards the middle and then roll it up. And pull it towards yourself. few times. And then we're gonna go pretty side down in the Banneton and leave it sit there a minute. So after it's rested a little bit and the dough is relaxed, I just take like one side, fold it in towards the middle, and then I go across from where I just did and fold it into the middle and do that all the way around. Again, it just gives the dough more tension to have better oven spring. And then cover it in plastic wrap and stick it in the fridge till in the morning. Figured I'd go ahead and video this stuff for you too, because you know, why not? Parchment paper, I always crumple it up like tight and then unroll it. That way it doesn't have any creases in your bread. And make a big wrinkle in your bread if you don't. Okay, so lay it out and then sprinkle it with flour. Here, let me just use my fingers. You don't want too much or it'll be like caked on the bottom, but enough so it doesn't stick. And then I've got my dough from the fridge. And then you just plop it out like this. Plop. This one feels so squishy and I feel like it's gonna be a good one. Let me get my knife. I have a bread frame that I ordered. But I also don't know where it is, but I have a box cutter with a brand new razor blade that works just as well. So you can score it however you want. You need to make at least one super deep score. Okay, hang on. So that one is deep score. And then I go this way too. This is the part where you can get creative and really just do whatever you want. Do it like that, and then I'll just keep it simple and do a line down each side. These like extra scores don't have to be as deep. They just kind of make it pretty, I guess. This one's not fancy, but okay. And then let me get my Dutch oven out really quick. It's in the oven. So another tip is the bottom of it will get really dark, and because of this problem, I ordered marbles on Amazon. This was like a random like 3 a.m. idea one time. But you can also use rice. My marbles have busted. My Dutch oven looks terrible, but it would clean up if I wanted it to. But the marbles have been preheating in there with it. And I'm just going to set my parchment paper right on top of this. So let me... Well, anyway, I don't need to video that part. Just set your parchment paper right on top of that with the bread in it. And put the lid on and bake it. Ignore the way I look. I'm still in my jammies and hair unfixed and all that. But this part is controversial, but I swear by it. So... if you put ice cubes in your Dutch oven, it makes your crust not as crunchy whenever you go to cut it, because it gets really tough sometimes. But I don't have any ice cubes, so I'm using a little bit of water. And I'm just going to, behind the parchment paper, not on top of the bread, go under the parchment paper and pour a little bit. And it immediately makes steam because the pan is hot. Put the lid on it to keep all that steam in and bake it.